Howdy, y'all. Ever wondered what makes Tennessee a true southern gem? There's a certain kind of hum to this place, a vibration in the soil that tells a story. It's in the air you breathe, thick with the ghosts of old songs and the promise of a new sunrise over an ancient mountain. It's a place where time ain't just a flat circle. It's a winding river, carving canyons of history and pooling in quiet, reflective spots. From the toe-tapping music halls where legends were born, to the jaw-dropping natural wonders, I'm taking you on a journey through 15 of the best spots in the volunteer state. We're going to peel back the layers, look past the postcards, and get to the heart of what this place is all about. It's more than just a trip. It's an exploration of truth. So stick around, because I've got some surprises and stories you won't want to miss. Little threads you can pull on, see where they lead. And don't worry, captions are on so y'all can follow along easy. All right. Let's hit the road and see what Tennessee's got cooking. The journey's the thing, and this one's just getting started. First stop, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This place is old, older than memory. The plants breathe out organic compounds, creates this blue haze that hangs in the valleys like a dream. Maybe it's the view from Klingman's Dome, 100-mile vista on a clear day, feeling like you're on top of the world. You drive through Cades Cove, watch the deer graze in the fields. From the quiet of the mountains, we slide on down to Memphis, to Graceland, home of Elvis Presley, the king. It's frozen in time, 1977, a monument to a life lived loud. You walk through the front door and it's like stepping into a different dimension. Then you get to the jungle room, green shag on the floor and ceiling, a built-in waterfall. It's wild. You end up at the meditation garden. That's where he's buried. Fans leave flowers, notes. It's a place of reflection. The music he left behind, that's the real legacy. It changed everything. And it all leads back here to this house on a Memphis highway, a place called Graceland. Now let's head back east to the foothills. There's another kind of kingdom here, built by a queen, Dolly Parton. And her domain is Dollywood. This place has a soul, Dolly's soul. She never forgot where she came from, Smoky Mountain culture. And yeah, you got the rides. Big ones. They're a thrill, no doubt about it. But the real magic of Dollywood is the music. It pours out of little theaters and open-air stages. Dolly's influence is the glue that holds it all together. This park is a reflection of her. Bright, joyful, unapologetically herself. All right, let's head back west, back to Memphis. There's a street here, Beale Street. It's more than just pavement and buildings. It's an artery, pumping the lifeblood of American music. The air is thick with the smell of barbecue and the sound of 100 different songs bleeding into one. W.C. Handy, the father of the blues, he walked this street. He wrote down the music he heard. You wander down the street, and every open door is a portal. These musicians aren't just playing notes. They're channeling something, a feeling, a truth. You can go into B.B. King's Blues Club. The man himself is gone, but his spirit owns that room. Walking down Beale Street, you're walking in the footsteps of giants. You can hear their ghosts singing on the wind. Now we're going to take a detour. We're in Nashville, but we're not going to a honky-tonk. We're going to ancient Greece. Right in the middle of Centennial Park, there it is. The Parthenon, a full-scale, exact replica of the one in Athens. Back in 1897, Nashville hosted the Tennessee Centennial Exposition. They called Nashville the Athens of the South. You walk up those steps, you stand between those massive columns. You feel small, and inside, it holds a giant. A 42-foot-tall statue of the goddess Athena, covered in gold leaf. You can sit on the lawn and just look at it. This impossible building in this unlikely place. Let's head south to Chattanooga. The heart of that rebirth is the Tennessee Aquarium. This place tells two stories. You begin in the Appalachian high country, following the path of a single drop of water. You see the trout in cold mountain streams, then the bass and catfish. These giant prehistoric-looking sturgeon, these alligator gars, creatures that have been in these waters since before we were a thought. Then you cross over to the ocean journey, and the world explodes. Sharks glide silently over your head. Sea turtles float like ancient spirits. You see kids with their faces pressed up against the glass, their eyes wide, and you feel it too, that childlike awe. Still here in Chattanooga, we're going to go underground, deep underground. Inside Lookout Mountain, there's a secret. You get in an elevator, and you drop 26 stories into the gut of the mountain. You follow a guide past bizarre and beautiful rock formations. Drip by drip, over eons, water and minerals built this subterranean cathedral. You round a final corner, and there it is, a 145-foot waterfall cascading out of the ceiling, deep inside a mountain. They light it up with colored lights, and the water shimmers red, blue, purple. It's a spectacle, a hidden wonder brought to light. We're back in the sunlight on top of Lookout Mountain. This ground is soaked in history, in blood. During the Civil War, they fought a battle up here. The battle above the clouds, they called it. A strange, foggy, desperate fight. Walk among the cannons, walk among the monuments. Young men, boys really, from Tennessee, from Ohio, from Georgia. The fog was so thick commanders below couldn't see what was happening. An entire battle fought in a world of its own, invisible to those below. Standing here, it's a place for reflection. You think about the cost of conflict. This beautiful, peaceful view was once a battlefield. Let's head back to Memphis, to a small, unassuming brick building. This is Sun Studio, Ground Zero, the big bang of rock and roll. The man with the matches was Sam Phillips, a visionary. He was looking for a sound he'd never heard before. And then, in 1954, a nervous young truck driver walked in, name of Elvis Presley. He was trying to record a song for his mama. During a break, Elvis started goofing around, playing That's All Right, fast, wild. Sam Phillips heard it and knew. That was it, the $1 Million Quartet. Elvis, Johnny, Carl, Jerry Lee. An impromptu jam in this very room. You can stand in that small studio. You can hold the same microphone Elvis sang into. Tiny room, global sound. Back in Nashville, there's a building made of old brick and stained glass. The Ryman Auditorium, the mother church of country music. Then the Grand Ole Opry moved in 1943. For 31 years, this was the most important stage in country music. Hank Williams, Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, Loretta Lynn. They weren't just singing songs, they were bearing their souls. The acoustics are legendary, so pure, so honest. You can hear a heartbreak from the back row. They almost tore it down. But people fought for it. They knew it was sacred ground. They saved it. Stand on that stage, look out at those church pews, and feel the giants around you. It'll give you chills. Just outside Nashville, there's a monument to a president, a general, Andrew Jackson. This is the Hermitage. The mansion is beautiful, preserved just as it was. You can walk through the rooms, see his furniture, his books. But this place tells more than one story. Jackson was a man of the people. He was also an enslaver. You can tour the grounds and see the log cabins where over 100 enslaved men, women, and children lived and worked. It forces you to wrestle with the paradoxes of America's past. This isn't a place for easy answers, it's a place for hard questions. You can walk out to the garden where Jackson and his wife Rachel are buried. A legacy of populism, of strength, but also of pain. Back in Nashville, the Tennessee State Museum tells the state's story. And the best part? Free admission. This place is like the state's attic. You walk a path through time, from First Peoples through the frontier days. You can see the rifle that belonged to Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. The Civil War exhibit is powerful. Tennessee was torn in two. Brother fought against brother. From there you move into the 20th century. The rise of industry, the fight for civil rights, the explosion of its music scene. We're going to take a drive down to southwestern Tennessee, to a place that's quiet now, peaceful. This is Shiloh National Military Park. The name Shiloh is Hebrew. It means place of peace. The irony is thick enough to choke on. Nearly 24,000 men were killed, wounded, or went missing here in 2 days. More casualties than in all of America's previous wars combined. You can go to a place called the Hornet's Nest, where a small Union force held off repeated Confederate attacks for hours. There's a spot called the Bloody Pond. After the fighting, the water was stained red from the blood of soldiers from both sides, men who were trying to kill each other just hours before, sharing a final, agonizing thirst. A powerful symbol of shared humanity that war tries to erase. All right, let's lighten the mood. From heavy history, we're heading back to the mountains, to Gatlinburg. Rising above the tourist traps, you'll find something spectacular. The longest pedestrian suspension bridge in North America. And when you step out onto it, your stomach might do a little flip. The views are insane. You get a 360-degree panorama of the Smoky Mountains. Halfway across, there are glass panels in the floor, 30 feet of them. You can look straight down. It's a test of nerve. It's pure, simple, heart-pounding fun. And after all the heavy history we've waded through, a little bit of that is just what the doctor ordered. For our last stop, we're heading to a small town called Lynchburg. Population, a little over 600. It's a quiet, dry county, which is funny because this little town is home to one of the most famous names in the world, Jack Daniels. The process hasn't changed much since the 1860s. It's all about the ingredients, the iron-free cave spring water, the specific grain recipe. The most important part is the charcoal mellowing. They call it the Lincoln County process. They drip it through 10 feet of sugar maple charcoal. Jack Daniel learned his recipe from Nathan Nearest Green, an enslaved man who was the master distiller. Another complicated Tennessee history. The distillery is in Moore County, which has been dry since Prohibition. You can see how the most famous whiskey in the world is made, but you can't buy a drink in the town where it's born. A final, perfect Tennessee paradox. Well, that's our road trip. 15 stops on the map of the Tennessee soul. From the ancient whisper of the mountains to the wail of a blues guitar, from the ghosts of a battlefield to a walk in the sky. We've seen a lot, but it's just a taste. This state has 1,000 more stories waiting. Thanks for riding along, y'all. It's been a pleasure having you in the passenger seat. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to Marty Mar for more Southern stories and travel tips. We got a lot more road to cover and a lot more tales to tell. So, what'd I miss? What's your sacred spot in the volunteer state? Drop your favorite Tennessee spot in the comments below. I want to hear your stories. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep your heart open, keep wandering and keep smiling. See you down the road.